Welcome to episode 12 of Kerbal Space Program in real scale using the RSS mod, and also with only stock parts, in case people are wondering why I'm only using those parts. Now, little cheeky contract work here. I have 2 Moon 4 journeys. So, we're gonna have to send up another lander so that I can achieve that, but that's before the next Mars window. We don't have to worry about that now. For now, we have 2 ships we gotta send up. The next Mars fleet mission, which is in 1 launch. And we have to fuel it up. So that's an entire mission on itself. I'll show you why right now. Alright, so Mars Infra is our next generation of Mars ship. That's going out because launch window's soon, in like 200 days, but we're going to probably need that to fuel it up. Reason being, we can't lift all that. We're using the Moonbase Alpha launch vehicle for this, because it's easier, and it's cheaper-ish, especially with all those parachutes. Now, we've got a lander module with a shit ton of ore capacity and a little bit of fuel as well. That is for Deimos. So 1 mining run and you're pretty much set for a good long while. Then we've got our refinery module along with some heat sinks and solar panels. And then we have a return ship for 2 other Kerbals to come home. The only one in here is going to be what is her? Kimdorf, if that's how you say it, because she's the only pilot I have with any amount of skill. And then I think we're probably gonna bring Jeb back because they don't need a pilot over there. We're gonna bring Kimdorf, Jeb, and the one in the contract back. I forgot what his name was. Debert Kerman. So that we can complete that contract to get it out of there, and that should be enough. Also, we're launching all these fuel tanks empty because we're gonna have to fuel it in space. These get fueled at Deimos. This is just some moderate capacity, so we don't have nothing up there. And then, okay, so these get ditched on our Mars transfer burn. These middle ones are completely empty, so that is what I meant by refueling it. It's gonna take a while, a long while, but we can get it done. And this metals area we're also reusing because it's just so darn expensive. We're gonna be using it as a fuel hauler to help other ships, and it's gonna be around Mars, but it should have plenty of fuel to do whatever it needs. Alright, well, let's launch it. Alright, so that is Mars Infra in orbit. We did have to drain, oh whoops, stop that. We had to drain a bit of fuel from these top tanks and put it into this little bottom one here, because we ran out of fuel going to orbit, and I quick saved, which might have been a mistake. On one of the runs as well, I tested the heat shield and we flipped around a bit, so we're going to have to do that very carefully when we enter Mars. We can only do high altitude passes to slow down, which sucks, but it's okay. And we can't extend these solar panels because otherwise they'll burn up in the heat shield, and we'll have to retract all that stuff before we do that as well. But we're up here now. Next step is get this thing topped off before the Mars window, which, let's see when that is. We've got 153 days to fill this thing up to full for the Mars window. This is M-Infra Fuel. It is just a fuel hauler between Moon orbit with the Moon station and Earth. Let's get some other docking ports on here, or at least one other frickin' small one, because never know what future spacecraft we're gonna get. Now this is a variant of, well, it's the same exact launcher as the one that launched Moonbase Alpha. So it's gonna be a little bit of a bitch to pull off, basically. But so we've got those first boosters, the Clydesdales, they get abandoned. Then these tall ones land themselves. I just gotta remember that, and I should be fine. I doubt those are gonna be recovered. I doubt any of this is being recovered now. What? 0. Oh fuck. Whoopsie. Alright, so now while the... what is it? The Mars Infrafueler is waiting for its little burn thing, we've got 5 days to land and return our Nerva lander thing. If that made any sense at all. And it's a nighttime landing. Oh my god, you know how much I love those? And you gave it to me. You really did. Fucking hell. Now, this lander looks a bit different. Because we combined them in the live stream. We did that, I think. Did we do it in the live stream? I don't remember. I think I did it after this. Or before. I don't remember. I think it was during the live stream, so if you want to check it out, it's probably in there. It's a good miner. Most efficient you can make it, because it gets there with no fuel left. my god. Hello, I'm Future Chris, and I'll be narrating this next, or the last section of the video. So here we're launching a extension for the lunar base. It's just a ore module basically, so it can hold extra ore, an extra ore run, because there's like a 14-day window of just where we can do nothing. So I want an extra mining run during that time, like during fueling. It might not matter too much in the end, but it'll still be nice to have. Here, the moon is right in the perfect spot to just keep burning after establishing orbit, so we can go right to the moon, which is great. Here we are. Alright, we've matched up to the moon. Now we're at lunar periapsis. We're burning retrograde to get into a capture orbit. We're going to leave it very elliptical though. And then we're going to fix our inclination relative to the target, which you can see right here. We're burning like radial down, or whatever the freaking triangle the lines going out of it is, until our ascending node decreases to 0, or at least near 0, to get a nice and close encounter. Here we are. And now it takes some time for it to fall down, so we did a mining run. It's using the combined lander that you saw earlier in the video. It's nothing special. You'll see a lot of these in the next live stream, which should happen within a few days of this video going out. Alright, here we've already lowered our apoapsis, and now we're just going to keep lowering it slowly until one of our intercept nodes reaches 0, or at least a decently close distance. Now we've pretty much rendezvoused completely. We're just going to cancel out our speeds, head towards it, and dock with the base. A little side note here, I accidentally forgot a reaction wheel on this module because I used a new probe core, which gave me more like SAS settings, but it has no reaction wheel, and I forgot to add one. But it does look like a pretty cool module, so we only had RCS for the entire flight, which is why I was kind of checking it every now and then. Alright, and here we are docking. And let KSP do its thing. Boom, captured. Giant station around the moon now. Just one more mining run, which we'll do on stream. We'll fill it up on stream, Mars Infra, and then I'll make a video on the entire mission. So, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I think the musical segment was decent, but you know. So, Mars Infra mission has a lot left to go. We still have to fuel up the entire ship, and we have to get a lander on the moon for the, what is it? The Lunar 4 mission, or whatever it's called. The Moon 4 mission. Journey, I believe it's called. And then that will mark the end of this mission anyway, and then we'll work on the outer planets. And Venus and Mercury. There's a whole solar system to explore. And the KSP requirements were shown a few days ago. And I don't think I'll be playing that anytime soon, depending on how poorly it runs on my device. If I can run it, I'll let you guys know. See ya.